Hey, Yagaho, and it's the last two 4th gen battles against our good buddy Blah, we've been with since 2008 back on VG Chat. And been a long time. If you go back, we've certainly battled him a lot over the years, but these are going to be the last two in 4th gen. So starts out with Jump Bluff, got Tron, and really I've got a Cleric on this team, so I'm okay if Tron goes to sleep. I'm just going to stay in and go for a taunt. In case that happens, he misses a sleep powder, which is awesome. So that thing is now taunted. And then I believe, just like in, which one of those, in the Winter 13 series it was, he's got a full status category moveset. He wants to check his moves, clicks to fight, and just immediately goes to struggle. So I get free Stealth Rock, and now I'm going to get free Toxic Spikes up as well. So we'll just see what he goes into, as I'm going to go for a layer of T-Spikes and see what wants to come in. I got Stealth Rock up, which is the most important, of course. And sends in a guy to absorb T-Spikes, so go ahead and set them up. And from here, I'm certainly not going to set up a second layer. He's shown me a grounded poison type, so I figure he did take a little bit of damage from Stealth Rock. I am at full HP. This isn't exactly 6th gen where he's got Sheer Force, so he's not going to be hitting too awfully hard. So I'm just going to stand and go for an Earthquake of my own. He is, of course, faster, and of course, King has the stronger offensive stats, but Tron's able to live it with 28, takes a little bit of Life Orb damage, and then fires back with an Earthquake of her own. So Nidoqueen versus Nidoking, who's going to win? Looks like it's going to be Nidoqueen, because he just takes out Nidoking. Defense is what you want, not offense, guys. Let that be a lesson to you. Anyway, so great job, Tron. It's about the best lead job you've ever done. Granted, it was all off of a 25% sleep powder miss. So anyway, Kingdra comes in. This thing can often pack Rest Talk. Not quite sure what it wants to do, but if it does want to DD up, then I'm going to go into Cloyster, who can take some physical hits, of course, with his big base defense. I believe this one's max HP, max special defense, so he does just go straight for Waterfall, so we just get that resisted, and pretty much cover all that with lefties. And this thing does pack Explosion, which it's going to be getting whittled down by Poison. If it does want to DD and start resting and stuff like that, we can explode on it at some point, but for now I'm just going to set up some spikes as he drops in a Metagross. So, it's typically going to be physically attackive, but I don't really have anything to hit it with. I got Explode and Ice Shard, that's it. So we're just going to go into Falzer, and I can hit it with some T-Bolts. I can try to sub and do some other stuff, and I'm going to go sub first and see what he wants to do. And he sees it as a big threat, and he wants to blow up. So he just blew up on a sub, got his Nidoking waxed for virtually nothing, and then did some stupid stuff on the first couple turns. So everything is just completely against him, so he just face palms, and just going to drop in Kingdra and I believe run, and that's going to take us into the second game. Alright, so a day or two later, here we go with a rematch. And yeah, this is going to officially be our last battle. I think he was on his way to trying to get 200 wins on his 4th gen trainer card or whatever to close it out. So this is part of his series trying to get to 200 wins. And yeah, I just brought some guys. So here we got an Infernape out here. And this thing is, what, 3 base points faster than Scyther, and I think I'm adamant anyway, so there's no way I'm going to be outspeeding. Aerial Ace would be really nice to go for. There's a pretty good chance he's just straight Lead Ape, so he's going to fake out Stealth Rock and all that good stuff. But, that would be potentially nice to try to quick attack here. I think at some point I realized, oh yeah, he's probably just going to fake me out. I kind of want to stay in, just to, I don't know, like, make him think I'm trying to be up to something, but, ultimately, if I had to go for a move here, I'd probably go Quick Attack, assuming it's got Focus Sash, as most Lead Apes would, whether they're actually Lead Ape or not. But anyway, I don't really want to sack this guy too early, because he's probably my best physical attacker with Technician Aerial Ace. It's Choice Banded, so we're just going to get out of here, and the question is what to. Infernape, of course, is super versatile, and you can never be sure what it's going to do, but I'm just going to assume Lead Ape for right now, and I'm just going to assume he's going to get up rocks as I go to something, which we're just going to go into Gyro Man. I think the big problem with this team was the only thing I brought on the team to resist fire was a Flygon, so yeah, you'll see why that's a problem later on. Anyway, he goes into Magnitude's card game, which is hopefully going to be coming sometime late 2014, 2015. And I'm just going to immediately go out as what did I go for? Earthquake there? Yeah, I actually brought Scarf on Gyro Man this time, and he goes for T-Wave, predicting a switch, which, I had nothing to do with him there, so I guess I didn't really show him Scarf, so it was a little bit risky, but I don't think I would have 2-hit KO'd with Outrage anyway. Crest is just stupid bulky, so... Anyway, just get up a layer of spikes, which I kind of wish it was Stealth Rock, but I believe this is my physically defensive Foray with spikes and light screen. All of my Forays have something to do to Magnezone, and that one it sets up light screen, so it can maybe live a Thunderbolt or an HP Fire and set up another layer of spikes. It's not exactly the best, but oh well, I can get up a light screen later, so... Anyway, this time, because of the Crest, I just go straight for a Meteor, and I don't want to get stuck on stuff and things, and it doesn't freaking die. And he just proceeds to close combat and remove my only fire resist on the team, which is very sad face. Not only that, he also has Blaze active, so presuming he has a fire move for his 4th slot, he's going to be able to roast some people with that, and I have nothing to resist fire, so lovely. Anyway, obviously should have just Earthquaked right there, but hindsight's 20/20, so what can we do about it? Well, we don't have... That was my Scarfer, that was my only thing on the team I think that was faster than Ape, so... We're kind of in dire straits already. What do we have left in this team? A Gardevoir, a Skarmory, maybe something else. Maybe a Scyther with Quick Attack. That's about it. I really would have liked to have tried to get a spin up. Or at least, did I bring a spinner? I think I brought a spinner. I brought a Foray, so therefore, yes, I brought a spinner. But anyway, so I'm just going to have to go for the safe Quick Attack here. As much as I would love to try to stroke something else on a switch-in, I just have to play safe on that Infernape. It would have been nice to maybe nail Crest with an Aerial Ace, something like that, but nyeh. So anyway, Goro comes in, and Quick Attack's not going to do the job. It would be nice to score an Aerial Ace on it later, but I'm probably already too low that Bullet Punch might take me out depending on what he is. Looks like he's Life Orb, so I just drop in Grenade Man to eat that. And then I know Blah, and I know he likes to run Fire Orb, Life Orb, Fire Blast, Machamp. And indeed, that is the case. So, as soon as I saw Life Orb, it was pretty much a lock that he was going to run Fire Blast. So I just go into Gardevoir to take that, just take out some Life Orb damage, and really just trying to whittle this thing down. So, Gardevoir's not weak to Bullet Punch in this generation, of course. So I'm just going to set up a Wish. This Gardevoir packs no offensive moves. I don't know if he knows that. He probably doesn't, since he's never seen this one before. In fact, I think this might be the first time you guys have seen this one before. But anyway, this is Roll. She is my female Gardevoir. We have a male Gardevoir as well, which is Mega Man. But it's not appearing in this battle. So we're just going to Wish Protect around a little bit and basically Life Orb stall, which I think we're going to be able to do. I'm at about as much hit points as I was before I took that Stone Edge, after I took the Fire Blast on switch-in. So I think we'll be alright to just keep going for stuff here. May as well put a Wish in the air. If he switches to something, then... You know, whatever I want to switch into can get the Wish on switch-in and whatnot. So, unfortunately, though, he goes into something that's defensive, so it's not really going to threaten me out with damage that Wish can cover. So, it just wants to set up a Reflect, and I'm not going to miss a chance to get Crest Toxic. If it packs Rest, fine, but I'm going to make it Rest. I'm going to make sure to get that thing Toxic. Anyway, that is about, however, all that Gardevoir can do to Crest. So, I'm just going to go back in the Foray, I guess, to set up some more... potentially set up some more hazards with spikes. I think I still need to get a spin up too, otherwise he's going to die. So I think there was a turn earlier where I thought if he had a spin blocker he might go into it, so I felt okay going for the spin this turn. I believe that was the turn I set up spikes on a switch-in. I think he went to Machamp or something, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, something or other happened, and then he brought a spin blocker, so lovely. I get paralyzed there, and that was my attempt to set up a light screen, so that's rather unfortunate, but I'm just going to go for it again, see it. Hopefully this Foray can live. A Focus Blast that is not specially defensive, but it's still Foray, you know, he's still pretty tanky, and he does indeed live it. Gets a meaningless special defense drop, and I get light screen up, so... I see Life Orb in addition to Sub, so that means it's probably Sub Split, and that is very bad news for what I've got left. So I drop in Skarm with the light screen up, and we're going to... the end result is that we're going to probably attempt to Whirlwind him away. I'm really not sure how I'm going to beat this thing right now, so it would be nice to maybe beat some other stuff first. But anyway, I'm not going to be able to get my spin up, so Blade Man's also, I think, effectively died as he's got under 50%. So, however, I'm doing some Roost and stuff right here. What I should do is just go ahead and Whirlwind him, as that Focus Blast is dealing around about 40%. That's with the light screen up, so it's going to almost one-hit KO once light screen wears off. So there's Pain Split, which is pretty much what I feared, and of course Shadow Ball is going to be his last move. So Continue to roost, however, and I definitely need to get Whirlwind on this turn. I'm back to full life, so that's good. But instead of Whirlwinding, which is probably what I should do, I decided to set up some nice Stealth Rock. If we had one more turn of Light Screen, that might have been an okay play, but evidently I was not counting my turns of Light Screen, so... Bad plays with Scar made Grenade Man's sacrifice for a Light Screen completely worthless. I really don't know how we're going to deal with this thing anyway, but at least, I came in there wanting to wind him away, and then I just didn't do it, so derp. Anyway, about all I got now is attempting the PP stall out Focus Blast, so we're going to go into Gardevoir to resist those. Scarm will kind of resist Shadow Ball, but not really, so, yeah, as well we're going to be stalling out some Life Orb recoil, but of course that is what Pain Split is for, so... yeah. The problem with this is that I believe Scarm is at such low hit points it's actually going to get 2-hit KO'd by Shadow Ball, so I can't really go into it and then get a Roost up before he gets another hit off, which I guess there's also the potential to play for a Focus Blast miss, which is entirely possible. 70% accuracy is kind of legendarily low. But, I just look over at what else I got, and it's not looking very good. I think we're going to end up to go back to Scarm, which is basically throwing Scarm away. But at this point, what do I have left? I've got Gardevoir, which is going to get rolled by Shadow Ball. Oh, that was not even supposed to be a joke. Sorry, guys. It's going to get knocked. That sounds incredibly plain by comparison to that unintentional pun. Anyway, Gardevoir is going to go die to Shadow Balls, and Tengu Man, being at about 50%, is also going to die to 2 Shadow Balls before he gets a Roost off. So, about my only chance is that he doesn't think it'll 2-hit KO and go for a Focus Blast, but he's way better than that. So, anyway, Shadow Ball's going to 2-hit KO this thing, and what do we have left? Gardevoir, and I think... Let's see, what else? I'm going to scroll through the preview here. Never mind, Camtasia won't let me. So anyway, suffice to say, I don't have anything else that can really beat. Oh yeah, we have Electivire. That's right. Yeah, it would have been nice to maybe get this thing in when it doesn't have a sub up. If we could have broken the sub in some way, that would have been convenient. As Electivire has pretty decent special defense and is able to live that and break the sub, and well, whatever's. So yeah, if you notice that emote there, I know. Back in early 2008, 2007, whenever it was, he actually started playing. Evire was one of his favorites. I think it was like one of his first shinies and stuff like that. So I know he used to like Evire. So that emote there, or that seal there, was for him. Thanks for all the great times we've had, buddy. And I look forward to playing you more in the future. Just not in 4th gen, as this is going to end up with. Well, it's going to be mostly a sub-split Gengar sweep, as he just lets it go down to Life Orb there. Certainly he could have, since my only offensive thing is Toxic, he certainly could have just Pain Splitted and kept Gengar alive if he wanted to, but he's got Suicune as well, so who really cares? And it's going to get the last KO here with Fringe, which I think is one of his signature guys from 4th gen. So, good game, blah, and looking forward to playing you some more in the future. Do we have one more guy left? Oh, we do have one more guy left. Hang on. This is not over just yet. Oh, never mind. It's just the Scyther that's already half that's gonna die from Stealth Rock. So that's the game. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys for the next one. Later days.